All right, good morning, Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. Stefano DiPietro here with your weather update on this Wednesday, November 16th. But it might be feeling more like late December or January as you're stepping outside this morning and going through this afternoon, because the big weather story for us, as you were probably reading, is that it is going to be the coldest air of the season by far for the rest of this week, going all the way into the weekend. The good news is there is a little bit of a warm-up coming next week. It is still going to be rather chilly, but nowhere near as cold as what we're seeing the rest of this week as we look ahead to the Thanksgiving holiday, even though that's just about over a week out, or right around a week at this point. We are tracking some rain showers that will potentially try to work their way to the mid-state. The important thing to remember is that far out, things are most likely to change, but we just want to make sure you are updated with the latest information. Now let's get a step outside. It's actually a very beautiful sky as those clouds try to give way to sunshine. This is a live look from our tower camera here at the station, and you can see those clouds breaking up, those sunbeams finally working their way through. Very nice visually, but as you're stepping out the door, make sure you grab that jacket. 41 right now in Nashville. I have 39 in Lebanon, 35 Dixon, Lafayette 37, Crossville 33, Savannah coming in at 32. Wind speed is not terrible. It's at around 5-10 miles per hour, maybe just over that in some spots. It's coming from the northwest, so that is the colder air coming in. But look what that wind speed is doing to the wind chill. Feels more like 36 right now in Nashville. It's feeling like we're in the 20s in Hopkinsville and Clarksville. Hohenwald feeling like 30. Tullahoma at 34, and Cookeville coming in. It's feeling more like 37, feeling like 31 in Crossville. So this is the deal. When it's this cold outside, it doesn't take all that much of a wind to drop the wind chill values. Even a wind at just around 5-6 miles per hour is going to do enough to cut through things like sweatpants and sweatshirts. So you want to make sure that your top layer is going to be something to even block out just the lightest of that wind. Sweatshirt, sweater weather, not really going to cut it this time around, as we really need to make sure that we bundle up over the next couple of days and in the days to come as well, with these wind chill values that are near and below freezing. Now, as far as your sensible weather is concerned, that being any rainfall versus sunshine, First Alert Live radar is looking good. We are in the clear, and we're not really expecting much of anything as we go through the rest of this week. The sunshine is going to win out, but we will get to see those temperatures just hold steady as we go through the 20s, overnight lows, and 40s for our afternoon. So here's a look at the rest of our day today. Cloud cover lingering this morning, but like we saw in our tower camera, those clouds are already starting to break up. Through this afternoon, we'll see more sunshine. Temperatures that will stay in the lower and mid 40s, though. The wind at around 5-10 miles per hour could get up to 15, so it may even feel more like we're in the 30s as we start to go through the middle of our afternoon. Notice at the tail end of our day today, a few more clouds will start to mix in. That's as a cold front starts to work its way through. That I'll talk about in just a second. But let's just do some comparison here to how we're doing compared to average for this time of year. That's a very loose term, by the way, average. 60, right around that is what our average is for this time of year. Today, we're at 46. And remember, that's at best for many of us in the mid-state. So temperatures are running a good 15 to 20 degrees below the average. It was actually decently seasonal this morning with temperatures in the 30s to near 40. But overnight tonight, we're seeing those temperatures plummet quickly down to the 20s. Notice, though, let me take you back for a second, that it's actually not the record coldest that we've seen. That's 1883. That's how far the records go back. Pretty amazing, right? 16 degrees was the record low temperature for us in Nashville. Let's go through the rest of Futurecast, though. Cloud cover breaking up through the remainder of our day today. Temperatures 30s east of I-65 where the clouds will break up last. 40s elsewhere, 41 Nashville, Clarksville 44, Paris 43, Waverly 44, and Lawrenceburg at 43. Temperatures topping off lower mid-40s for the high today, and we'll see some good sunshine for the afternoon. We start to go into this evening, and a cold front will start to push through. A strong front, but we don't have a whole lot of available moisture in the atmosphere. Not only is this air very cold, but it's also very dry. That being said, there may be just enough moisture to give us a sneaky flurry or two in one or two spots early on tonight as that front starts to work its way through. Not that we would see any accumulation. It's not going to cause any problems. Most of us may not even see anything at all, but not something I want to rule out. Most of those clouds are gone by tomorrow morning. Here's a look at the start of our day. 26 Nashville, 23 in Cookeville, Crossville 22, Franklin 23, Clarksville 24, Columbia 23, and Lawrenceburg at 24, Shelbyville 23. Remember, that's all without factoring in even just the slightest of a wind going into tomorrow morning. The afternoon, we'll see all day sunshine, temperatures lower and mid-40s. Some spots east of I-65 in those higher elevations may even have a tough time getting out of the 30s. And remember, this pattern is going to stick with us. Take a look at your next 3 days. Frigid morning going into tomorrow at 44. Chilly afternoon, but at least some good sunshine. Plenty of sunshine coming our way on Friday. Staying very chilly during the day. We're in the 40s. Overnight lows are in the 20s. We could see some areas actually flirt with the teens going into Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, we're at 45. Sunshine easily wins out the day Saturday. We're still in the 40s, though, and temperatures overnight are still dropping into the 20s. And as a matter of fact, look at the overnight lows all the way through this weekend and even going into early next week. The average, remember, is right around 39. Well below that, it's going to be in the 20s every single morning between tonight through Monday morning, and you want to make sure you have the layers ready to go. The big jacket, winter hat, the gloves ready to go, especially if you're working outside. You want to make sure you can take some breaks from the cold if at all possible. Your frost and freeze forecast, well, we're not going to get any more freeze warnings, and I'll quickly explain why to you. This time of year, we don't see really many more freeze warnings, or for that matter, that many frost advisories. And the real reason is that once the growing season is pretty much done, that's what those frost advisories and freeze warnings are really for. They're for local farmers. They're for people that are still taking care of their plants, but this time of year, that has pretty much ended for most of the area. So once we really get that first hard freeze of the season, which did happen a couple weeks ago, that's really the last time that we tend to see a freeze warning, because once it happens once, it normally tends to kill a lot of vegetation. So that's why we don't really get a chance to see those freeze warnings. However, it's still important to note that we'll be seeing some good widespread frost and even a hard freeze again as we're waking up pretty much every morning. And that goes for simple things like trying to get your day started, trying to get to your car in the morning. You'll have to use the de-icer, maybe the ice scraper. Just try to have the heaters on as you're starting your car to try to get some of that frost off as we go through the next couple of mornings. So frost definitely going to be likely across parts of the mid-state, if not the entire mid-state, as we go through the rest of this week. Here is your first alert 7-day. 46 will be our high for today. We'll drop to 26 tonight. Notice that sunshine wins out the rest of this week all the way through our weekend, so visually the weather's going to be great. If you're going outside, make sure you bundle up. Sunday afternoon, there may be some spots that stay in the 30s during the day. We're still in the 20s for the overnight lows. Notice that as we head to the first part of next week, we actually get to see a little light at the end of this cold weather tunnel. Temperatures are in the 50s Monday and into Tuesday. Now, that's still below average. That still is rather chilly, but it's not really terrible compared to what we're going to see the rest of this week and going into our weekend. So we do get to see some change as far as that's concerned as we go into the first half of next week. Now, of course, we're leading all of this up to the Thanksgiving holiday, which is very important, obviously. There's a lot of travel going on, a lot of family activities that are going on as well as we get ready to go into Thanksgiving. And we are tracking some rain showers, some potential rain, I should say, as we get closer to that holiday. So this is just sort of a snapshot of one of our weather models. Remember, this is still 6, 7, 8 days out, so we're not going to see what we're looking at right now completely stick and, be stamped down as we get closer to Thanksgiving. But we just want this on your radar, for lack of a better word. We'll be watching for some potential rain showers. I can tell you that yesterday it said that the showers were coming during the main travel day on Wednesday, whereas late in the day yesterday and today, a lot of models are starting to say those showers are actually coming Thanksgiving Day. So you can decide which one you would rather have depending upon what your travel schedule is. But that's what we'll be looking forward to out ahead of this main round of cold, is that potential for some holiday week rain showers that return to the mid-state. But because we will be warming up that week, it does look like it's just going to be rain, and we're not going to have to dodge any wintry precipitation as of right now. But I hope you have a great day today. That's your latest weather update. Remember, stay bundled up over the next couple of days. Get ready for some widespread frost and even a hard freeze once again across the mid-state. We will be doing these little live weather updates, these extended ones for you every single morning again here on Facebook, Twitter, on our app, Amazon and Roku TVs as well. Great way to get a full forecast and a little bit more of an extended preview of what is to come. So we'll be right here with you guys every single morning. I hope you have a great day today and stay warm out there as the coldest air of the season settles into the mid-state.